We got into an argument, and I was like, you know what, I'm going down and filing for full custody. I'm going to file for paternity test, and I'm filing for full custody. She was like, you might want to go file because she probably ain't yours anyway.
Oh, that's when she said it.
A white person and a black person can still have a white baby.
Well, no, they can't.
They technically can, not to argue with you. Look
I
it
have
up.
mixed nieces and nephews.
No, what they can have is a biracial child.
Cheating with multiple people. I could catch her like, if her phone bing, she had it.
If my phone bing,
People
you
steady.
just want it. It could be,
Nah.
if my phone bing, it could be Jesus Christ. He gonna think it's I'm sleeping with.
Oh my gosh!
This is the case of Kane versus Wright. Ms. Kane has had an on-again, off-again relationship with Mr. Wright for the past 3 years. Both parties have serious mistrust issues impacting their relationship. Buckle up, because it's about to get even wilder.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Kane versus Wright.
Thank you, Jerome. Good
welcome.
day, everyone. Ms. Kane, now you say you've had an on-again, off-again relationship with Mr. Wright for the past 3 years. In addition to questions regarding your daughter's paternity, you say your relationship has suffered from instability and constant mistrust.
Well, that escalated quickly. Ms. Kane admits she texted Mr. Wright saying she thought he was cute and wondered if they could take things further shortly after meeting him. They began dating, despite all the ex-drama swirling around them. Trust issues persisted like a bad rash as Ms. Kane's ex remained in the picture. Hold tight, because more revelations are coming.
I said that I thought he was cute and if we could move on to maybe something more.
Wait a minute. With the tow... Wait, the tow truck man left, and then you just sent a text like, I think you cute, can we move on to something more? What, something more than you towing my car?
Yes.
Okay, and so you started dating?
Yes.
And at some point during this time, you got pregnant?
Yes.
What a tangled web. Judge Lake calls out the chaotic nature of their relationship. Both admit to still having some level of contact with their exes during their relationship. This chaotic situation is like trying to build a house on quicksand. The next part is even juicier.
Because you were still sleeping with the ex?
No, my ex did not believe that him and I hooked up.
Did he not believe it because that was his boy and he didn't think his boy would sleep with you?
Don't know, he never really got into all that. He didn't believe it.
And so meanwhile, Mr. Wright, what's your ex doing all this time? Because you living in the house with her, right?
My ex is, I guess, stay at the crib, take care of her kids.
You're still living with her while you're dating.
Right.
Can you believe this setup? Mr. Wright was living with his ex to help take care of her kids while he was dating Ms. Kane. Naturally, Ms. Kane suspects Mr. Wright was still getting cozy with his ex, which he vehemently denies. This bizarre arrangement only added fuel to the mistrust fire. And you won't believe what happens next.
She would get a hold of me off of Facebook and tell me that they're still together, that they're sleeping together.
That's not true. Me and her have broke up, and yes, I've done stuff with my ex. When we've been broke up.
It wasn't just when we were broken up.
Okay, so you all have a four-way relationship that includes no, let's just call it the way it is.
Things just got even more complicated. Ms. Kane tells Mr. Wright she's pregnant, but he's got serious doubts about the baby's paternity. Despite being there for the birth and supporting the child, he refused to sign the birth certificate because of his doubts. This unresolved paternity issue is like a ticking time bomb. The next revelation will shock you.
And at some point, with all this messiness, you get pregnant.
Yes.
And you tell him?
Yes.
And when she tells you, are you happy? Do you believe it's yours?
I was happy, but I still had that, with everything she's doing. I mean, she went over to her baby daddy's house. She has 2 other kids, went over to his house. Was over there for 3 hours when she knew that dinner was almost done. Ignored my phone calls, my text messages. Then finally she shows up. Oh, well.
Hold on to your seats. During an argument, Ms. Kane told Mr. Wright that the baby might not be his. She admits saying it out of anger, but stands firm that there's no other possibility. This bombshell further complicates their already strained relationship. You won't believe what comes next.
You told him while you were pregnant that this baby is not his.
Right.
I mean, just a couple months ago, she told me. We got into an argument, and I was like, I'm going down and filing for full custody. I'm going to file for paternity test, and I'm filing for full custody. She was like, you might want to go file because she probably ain't yours anyway.
Oh, that's when she said it.
Yeah, because he always wants to think he can just control everything I do. He wants me trapped in a house all the time.
It's not that I want her trapped in the house. I want her to actually do what she says she's going to do, just like her ex-boyfriend tells me every time she's with her mom.
What a twist! Judge Lake questions why they're still together despite the non-stop drama. Both express that they love each other, but recognize the many difficulties they face. Judge Lake emphasizes the dire need for trust and stability for their child's sake. The next part is a game changer.
At this point, I just want to know, why are you two even together?
Because I do
He
love her.
don't answer my call. She don't answer my call. It's a 2-hour break. She not taking the phone into the bathroom. I mean, this is just constant complaint after complaint. Neither one one of you trusts the other one as far as you can throw them. You really don't.
Yes.
Reality check. Judge Lake stresses that their daughter, Ariana, is caught in the middle of their tumultuous relationship. Both parties acknowledge the negative impact this chaos has on their child. Judge Lake emphasizes the critical need for a stable and trusting environment for their daughter. Hold on, because there's more.
You got a beautiful little girl that's losing because she's living in all this chaos.
I agree.
And can't put the phone down for 2 hours and somebody accuses you of cheating. Something's wrong.
I agree with that. I can't do anything.
Nobody want to walk around with the phone Velcro to their shirt.
That's exactly how it is.
You might miss a text.
That's not what happens though. She gets, okay, yep, I was pissed because she put the phone down right in the middle of a conversation. She gets back, what happens? The one that she had a threesome with is unblocked.
Can you handle the suspense? The paternity test results are finally revealed.
It has been determined, Mr. Wright, you are Ariana's father.
Told you.
What an unbelievable situation to start with. Judge Lake opens the case of Strong vs. McClain, involving Ms. Strong summoning Ms. McClain to prove that her husband is not the father of Ms. McClain's 14-month-old daughter, Angel. Ms. Strong alleges Ms. McClain suddenly claimed her husband, fathered her child, and demanded he take responsibility. Ms. McClain asserts her daughter resulted from a passionate night and is certain Mr. Strong is the father. The next part is going to shock you even more. Hold on to your seats.
Hello.
This is a case of Strong versus McClain.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Strong, you've summoned the defendant, Ms. McClain, to court to prove that your husband did not father her 14-month-old daughter, Angel. You say 1 month ago, Ms. McClain calls you out of the blue and claimed Mr. Strong was her child's father.
Wow, he really thought it was a setup. Mr. Strong admits he was nervous about the threesome due to past bad decisions and initially thought it was a setup. He reluctantly agreed and participated in multiple threesomes. He later heard rumors about Ms. McClain's pregnancy, but was told it was her ex-boyfriend's child. Can you imagine thinking your wife is setting you up with a threesome? This next part will leave you speechless.
Mr. Strong, you were nervous at first.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why were you nervous?
Because prior to our first couple months of our relationship, I made a lot of bad decisions. And when she approached me with this conversation, I thought it was another setup.
Oh, you thought it was a setup? So you reluctantly agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Who would have thought they'd have so many? The court learns the group had a total of 8 threesomes before and after Ms. McClain's pregnancy. Ms. McClain confirms she discovered her pregnancy a few weeks after their first threesome. Despite being in a relationship with someone else at the time, she assumed her partner was the father until he was ruled out. 8 threesomes? That's like a miniseries. You won't believe what's coming next.
Before my daughter's birth and after it.
Total.
2.5 to 3 weeks after we had our very first threesome, I found out I was pregnant.
And you said you had 8 of them.
Correct.
So you were still having threesomes with them through your pregnancy?
And after.
Mr. and Ms. Strong, when Ms. McClain came and told you she was pregnant, how did that conversation go?
I asked her if it was my husband's child, and she told me no.
I was in a relationship at that point in time.
It's astonishing how race played into their doubts. Ms. Strong believes Angel does not look African American, leading to doubt about Mr. Strong's paternity. Judge Lake clarifies that mixed-race couples can have children with varying appearances, including fair skin. Despite ruling out her previous partner, Ms. McClain maintains Mr. Strong is the father due to shared traits between him and Angel. The drama only escalates from here. Buckle up.
But to be honest with you, a white person and a black person can still have a white baby.
Well, no, they can't.
They technically can, not to argue with you. Look
I
it
have
up.
mixed nieces and nephews.
No, what they can have is a biracial child. So what I will say, you are correct, Ms. McClain, that a black man and a white woman can make very fair-skinned children that appear almost white.
How touching that they've built a bond despite uncertainty. Mr. and Mrs. Strong describe how they began building a relationship with Angel, buying essentials and spending time with her whenever possible. They emphasize their readiness to embrace her into their family if Mr. Strong is proven to be her father. Both express a desire for clarity to avoid repeating cycles of fatherlessness. From threesomes to baby essentials, the revelations just keep coming.
There's like a whole gap there.
I haven't been around either. We were going back and forth to Chicago to all the doctors for her eye. She has a problem with her eye. It's a hemangioma. Her blood vessels grow too quickly in her eye. My daughter was more important than even contacting them.
So you said we'll deal with DNA issues later?
Correct.
Understood.
It's incredible they're still going through with it all. Despite the ongoing uncertainty, the Strong couple continues to have threesomes, now using double birth control. They are committed to raising Angel if she is Mr. Strong's biological daughter. Ms. Strong reveals she cannot have children due to medical reasons, which influences their willingness to welcome Angel. The story takes another twist. Don't miss it. Oh, it gets even more interesting.
And so once Angel got here, you said this innocent little baby deserves nothing less than our love and our support, and we welcome her into our family.
Yes, Your Honor. My kids welcomed her with open arms, not even knowing. They treat her like that's their sister, no matter what.
And it seems like you have less doubt than your husband.
I look at the conception date. She's been telling me for, a year that she's not, but I went back to the time of conception and she didn't leave my bed that night, so.
She really wants this blended family to work. Ms. McClain hopes Mr. Strong is Angel's father to provide her daughter with a stable family environment. She insists she will not keep Angel from knowing her father. Despite Mr. Strong not being the biological father, she maintains a desire for Angel to have a father figure in her life. The moment of truth is almost here. The suspense is killing me.
Ms. McClain would be able to give him the child you're unable to give him.
Absolutely, and he would be able to have a son and a daughter, and that's all he's ever wanted. He treats my kids like they're his with no hesitation. So absolutely, I would take her in with open arms and raise her. He does it for me, regardless if they were there before he was. We all three got together and made her together. We should raise her together.
Very forward thinking.
Here comes the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA test results are revealing.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Strong, you are not the father.
That was quite an opening, right? Ms. Commons comes in hot, claiming Mr. Baker has been denying their 2-year-old daughter Breeze and won't lift a finger for her. She's dead set on proving he's the daddy in court today. Meanwhile, Mr. Baker is like, hold up, I was a loving dad until I found out she cheated. Now he's full of doubts. Hang on, this story is just warming up.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Commons versus Baker.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Commons, you claim the defendant has been denying your 2-year-old daughter Breeze and refuses to do anything for her. You are furious and testify that you are certain he is the father and plan to prove that today. Is that correct?
Yes, Shauna.
Can you believe that emotional roller coaster? Ms. Commons says Mr. Baker's done a 180, now always telling Breeze to go to her mama, even when the kid wants him. Poor Breeze just wants some daddy cuddles and skin rubbing time, but Mr. Baker's playing hot potato with his own kid. Then he butts in like, nah, she's lying, and we're just getting started, folks.
And give me an example how he denies.
First, he'll say, go over there to your mama. He know how my baby is affectionate. My baby got a skin fetish. She like to rub on people. So that hurt my feelings when he be like, go to your mama. And she be like, I want you. And he just saying, go to your mama. And she wants you. She knows
and that makes
you
emotional when
exactly.
Hold up. Did you catch that? Mr. Baker dropped some serious accusations, saying Ms. Commons is a serial cheater and super shady with her phone. He's like, every time her phone pings, she hides it. But if mine does, she acts like it's Jesus calling. Despite all this drama, he initially decided to step up and be a dad. But wait till you hear what he says next.
All right, well, first of all, I got doubts because everything that come out of her mouth a lie. Like, all the stuff she did in the past from just cheating with multiple people. Cheating with multiple people. I could catch her like, if her phone bing, she hide it.
If my phone bing, you just want it. It could be, if my phone bing, it could be Jesus Christ. He gonna think it's I'm sleeping with.
Oh my gosh!
Can you believe the twist here? Ms. Commons drops the bombshell that Mr. Baker only started denying Breeze after she admitted to a fling with her ex. She's like, we had a great night, then suddenly he flips out and calls me all kinds of names the next morning. Talk about a mood swing. And then things take another wild turn.
When we was on our way home that morning, you would have thought he was Tasmanian Devil. He was like, B, that's not my baby. You know it ain't my baby. I'm like, what? Where did that just come from? We had a good night.
How could you explain a good night? Because she sat there and said, I cheated. Oh, it's a good night.
You didn't, he didn't leave the room, did he?
It was painful.
He still slept with me that night.
Okay, hold on.
Wow, what a plot twist. Mr. Baker recounts Ms. Commons confessing to cheating while they were chilling in a hot tub. She dropped the affair bombshell right around the time Breeze was conceived, making him even more suspicious. And guess what? The drama is just about to peak.
We chilling in the hot tub, jacuzzi and everything, and out the blue just came. Hold on.
No, Jan, that's not what happened. I can tell you exactly what happened.
She like, I cheated, I stepped out. So I'm looking like, when you do it? I asked her, she talking about, I don't even remember what date, but it was too close to when Breeze
was conceived.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not what happened.
Can you even imagine? Ms. Commons thinks Breeze's health issues, like whooping cough turning into asthma, prove Mr. Baker is the dad because he's got asthma too. She's like, science, duh! But Mr. Baker isn't having it. He's focused on her past flings. And here comes another twist.
When my baby was a little baby, she had whooping cough. When I talked to the doctor said that down the line, whooping coughs can cause some form of asthma. He walks around with his asthma pump in his pocket. He pulls out the asthma pump and hit the asthma pump. That's how I know for a fact that's his daughter. For a fact, that's his daughter.
This just hit another level. Judge Lake has had enough, calling out both of them for their childish antics and reminding them that their daughter is the real victim here. She's like, get it together for Breeze's sake, and you won't believe what comes next.
Go to your mama, whether you have her all day long and you know she wants you. She says this, I want you. That hurt. You don't know nobody inside feelings. Just like I don't know your inside feelings. Just like what I did to you was wrong, but for you to do this to this baby is not right. She's a baby. Thank God she don't understand.
Because you feel like you see him rejecting her.
Yes.
We're at a place where we can understand what really happened.
What an intense moment. Darlesia Baker, Mr. Baker's sister, jumps in claiming she knows Ms. Commons was messing around with other guys during the conception period. They were apparently besties, sharing all the juicy details. Ms. Commons is like, lies, all lies. But the final reveal is coming, and it's big.
What relationship are you to Mr. Baker?
I am Brandon's oldest sister.
And what are you here to testify to as it relates to the paternity of Breeze Baker?
Me and Mary been friends, best friends for 10 years. And we used to run the streets together, which means like we was double dating, kicking it, going back to the clubs and stuff. And to fast forward about that.
Here's the moment of truth. The DNA results are in. And surprise, surprise.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Baker, you are the father.
I'm happy.
The judge opens the case of Capples versus Harris, and Miss Capples doesn't waste any time asserting that Mr. Harris is the father of her 15-month-old son, Jason. She is super confident that he should acknowledge paternity, despite his girlfriend's evil eye from across the room. Hold on to your seats, folks. This is just the beginning.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Capples versus Harris.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Miss Capples, you say you are 100% certain that the defendant is your 15-month-old son, Jason's biological father, and today he's going to put his name on the dotted line right in front of his girlfriend.
Wait, what? Miss Capples spills the beans, saying she and Mr. Harris were never an item. They were just friends with benefits. She clears up any confusion about their relationship status, which is basically, it's complicated without the Facebook update. This is the kind of drama you live for.
Clarify that now. We were just
sleeping together.
That's pretty much it.
Were you in another relationship?
No,
I was not, no.
I wasn't.
Find out you pregnant. Obviously, you weren't using protection if there's a question that he's the biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You tell him, did he immediately deny the baby? You feel like he's just denying the baby now because of his girlfriends?
Me and Mr. Harris started talking. We used to go to high school together.
This part is wild. Miss Capples busts out a calendar, presenting a detailed timeline of her trysts with Mr. Harris and how it matches Jason's conception. She's practically doing a math equation on how the dates line up perfectly with her rendezvous. Evidence like this makes you grab the popcorn.
Your Honor, as you can see, my son Jason was born January 9th, 2016.
Okay.
Me and Mr. Harris were intimate for 9 months, all the way up until May, the beginning of May.
No.
September, we started talking around September, Mr. Harris.
This is a head scratcher. The court finds out Mr. Harris didn't even know Miss Capples' real name the entire time they were hooking up. How do you forget someone's name after months of, well, you know? This revelation is the kind of twist you'd expect in a bad rom-com.
When we contacted Mr. Harris and told him that Ms. Shatera Capples summoned him for a DNA test, he said, I don't know who you're talking about. Muffin?
That is correct.
I'm pretty sure I told him my name. Would you remember Shantira or would you remember Muffin? Would I go by around town?
If you having sex for that many months with the same person without using any protection, you gotta at least know their name.
Oh snap, she went there. Miss Capples admits she was ticked off when Mr. Harris didn't show up for the birth, so she didn't bother asking him to sign the birth certificate. Now she's looking back and thinking, oops, my bad. You won't believe what's coming next.
I wasn't worried about that, him signing the birth certificate at that point. You wanna act like you ain't the daddy? We can
But
act
you
like
are
that.
here today saying now has to sign it in front of girlfriend
sign it in front of his
today.
girlfriend.
From here now, what is that?
But my point is this, if it didn't make any difference to you then, do you know now that that was an error?
Sorry.
So you've come to the realization that that was you being angry. And now that's why you're here court today, because you know that your child deserves to have mother and father listed on his birth certificate.
Yeah, sure.
And the drama intensifies. Miss Capples and Mr. Harris's girlfriend, Miss Mayfield, are bickering about a hospital encounter like they're on a reality show. Miss Mayfield is trying to defend her job while Miss Capples is airing all the dirty laundry. The verbal sparring is about to hit a new high.
Hold on, what is this about the hospital room, Miss Capples?
She was undergoing surgery, getting ready to have my tubes tied.
That is my job.
Hey, what's your honor? As a woman, I would not want to be in a room with a woman that's having my boyfriend's baby.
You work at the hospital, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then that was where they told you your station or where you were supposed to be?
Yeah.
To that?
Today, we got our stuff to do. Yes, ma'am.
You did not let anyone know because it was your job and you were trying to be professional.
Yes, miss. Yes, ma'am.
Buckle up, it's getting heated. The argument between Miss Capples and Miss Mayfield escalates to a whole new level, showing just how deep the emotional scars run. The judge has to step in to keep things from boiling over. But trust me, the drama is far from over.
You don't have with the kids. What you talking about?
No, he don't.
All right, one at a time. Ooh-wee. What's disappointing is that you all in this back and forth is getting in the way of us finding out the answers and trying to achieve some sort of resolution for Jason. Because if what Miss Capples has asserted is true, and you are his biological father, y'all can't do this.
Exactly.
This is the big moment. The judge steps in to remind everyone that the real issue is figuring out who Jason's father is, not who can shout the loudest. The stage is set for the big reveal with the DNA test results. This is what we've all been waiting for.
That's exactly why this courtroom exists, because you all going back and forth on some tit for tat nonsense, and oh, he don't think this, so I ain't gonna let him see him, and this is all nonsense. And you know what? I got the results, and that's what's gonna help us move onto a better page. Jerome, let me have that envelope. Jerome, yes, please, stand there. I don't want any drama.
Hold on to your hats. The DNA results drop the bombshell.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Harris, you are not the father.
Thank you. Thank you.
You didn't sleep with no one else.
There you go.